Hi there, welcome to my inquiry today. These are my thoughts. Today I was looking at the ability to respond and carrying your own authentic truth into your own future. Do we have that ability to use our own creativity and speak our own truth and respond accordingly? Or are we waiting for someone else to speak our truth or something we resonate with to speak our truth instead of finding the depth of our own truth within us? It is, it definitely takes work. And it takes work when I say work, because that is transcending your own duality inside yourself, your own fragmented self, your own fragmented thoughts, and integrating yourself. So, to be able to really truly speak our own truth, we have to be unified within ourselves, our mind, body, and heart, our mind, body, soul, all of us within us. We really have to be unified and speak our truth with a clear channel. So we have to know our truth. So that's knowing ourselves, knowing thyself. And that takes courage to know yourself, because you're jumping out of one dome into another dome, into the collective truth of being told where to look versus using what you have inside you, your experience, your knowingness, your authenticness to lead the way for you. So I had the opportunity of watching an old movie. I believe it came out in 1998, and it's called The Truman Show. And I don't know if you haven't heard of it, you should really watch it. Now, The Truman Show is really about breaking free of routine and liberating yourself and escaping a manufactured reality, right? So the challenge here is to question reality and the societal norms that we've been given, the scripts we've been given. That are we making our own choices, or are we being influenced by unseen forces, right? So is it our own authentic truth, or are we being influenced and navigated by these forces? So I came across, I did ask a question about, about how Jim Carrey feels about the Truman Show and what's his perspective on that. And this is what I found. Not everyone has now everyone has a subscribed channel. Everyone has their own little Truman Show, their own little Truman world. There's something to be had there. I often think and am asked about what would happen to Truman when he goes outside the wall. It took me a while to realize that basically he was alone out there too, because everyone went back inside. They all wanted to be in the dome. So while the film was triumphant that he found the door to leave the dome world, it kind of suggests that outside the dome, you're going to face a different kind of isolation. And that since that society is curated online personas, right? And the desire to be watched. So when you go outside the dome and you are living, it comes to the saying, okay, this is the saying here by some great sages, and it's a Buddhist saying that what do you do before enlightenment is chop wood and carry water, and after enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. So it really implies the same thing, really, that you are in this dome, you're in a construct, but outside the dome, you're creating your own construct, right? So you have to ask yourself, what's the better, what makes being liberated so beneficial, okay, than being unliberated? Because when you're unliberated, you're in the dome, you're a mechanical human being, you're doing as the algorithm wants you to do. It's giving you the feeds that you want, and it's directing you somewhere to an outcome, right? It's directing you somewhere. So, how do you take back your own ability to navigate your own life? So, that of course is because you are now creating your own dome. So the benefits of being liberated are your awareness, and now you're now becoming authentic. You're becoming your own person. You're speaking. You're knowing the dome is a dome, right? You know the dome is a dome, right? So your self authorship is happening. You know you're the author of your story, right? And so you transcend automatic responses, right? So liberation is you're not an automatic mechanical human being anymore. You have transcended that to your own way of simply and choosing how to respond to a situation. And there's also meaningful action in that. You become aware. So you're less attached to the disillusionment of the whole nature of reality itself. So you're finding more inner peace, right? And when you have a sense of self and reality, it's not dependent on fragile external constructs that can rock your world. You become more solidified and have so much more growth within yourself as a human being. You're taking your power back to thinking on your own and being able to respond from a place of your own authentic being, which is absolutely huge. It's taking your essence back. So, you know, there can be backdraws of being liberated, right? Because you're realizing it's a lonely path, but hopefully more people are deciding to jump outside that dome and speak more authentically with their own voices, of course, and become unified within themselves. So having the ability to question is another agency within yourself. That liberation is so much better than being, how shall I say, drawn with a carrot and making life so much more simpler. I think Rumi would say, in his poetry, he would say, Rumi, he was a prophet and a poet. Look him up. He's wonderful. Um, if you run with an unlogical mind and can see through writing, Rumi is fantastic. So he says the logical mind runs away from drowning. So what that means is it's the logical mind finds consolation in reaching a level of comfort, right? But the lovers, meaning the liberated people, the lovers that are loving life and embrace the drowning of life, opening the door to the Truman Show, they're focused beyond their own comfort. And so they're reaching further than their own grasp, which is really interesting. So there we have it, being liberated or unliberated, having someone show you the way or show yourself the way and tap into all of the devices within yourself that makes you human, that gives you the ability to have your own voice, to make your own mistakes, to have your own dome. Yeah. So there we have it. Namaste. I'll see you on the path.